online modalities movement therapy sessions. Today we are going to be working with one of these long resistance bands and the reflex balls. If you don't have reflex balls, tennis balls will do. I've got a hard one here and a softer one here. The different sizes will also do. We are going to work on flexibility and stretching. So I call this Stretch-Er-Cise because we're going to do a lot of standing, opening up across the front of the body, obviously focusing on breathing as we usually do. And don't forget water to hydrate and plump up the fascial tissue. Let's get started in standing, and I want you to take the softer reflex ball or the tennis ball. We're going to start with holding the ball, and you're going to roll along the knife edge of the hand. So nice deep pressure there, and just roll along that back arm line. Roll down towards the elbow. You can move a little bit from side to side as you wish, and then take the hand or the ball onto the triceps, moving up and down. So you want to give it a really nice release. If you do have the different balls, the harder ball will obviously get a little bit deeper into that release. So you can apply a little bit more pressure if you've got the softer ball and really focus on that back arm line. Let's now relax the arm at the side, drop the opposite ear, and I want you to massage over the shoulder. So focusing into the trapezius and along these muscles around the neck area. Often an area we carry a lot of tension. So massage around here and really focus on a nice deep release into that area. While you're doing this, I want you to focus on breathing in and out through the nose. Remember that exhalation is just as important, if not more important, than the inhalation. Take the ball in the same hand. And now from the earlobe to the spine, I want you to massage along the occiput ridge. So giving it a nice release along there. So the exhalation is when we create something called nitric oxide, which helps transport hemoglobin in the blood. Now we're going to take the ball under the armpit and you're going to squeeze the ball. If you've got the softer reflex ball, this position might be a little bit easier with that. And you're going to draw the circle up and around with the shoulder. So with the softer reflex ball, it's a bit easier to squeeze it under the armpit. Drop the ear to the opposite shoulder, so you again, and drop the shoulder so you're getting a nice lengthening into the shoulder and over the neck. We can just do a little bit of shoulder lifting and just let it flop down. Good. And release. Let's go onto the other side. So taking the ball onto the knife edge of the hand, onto that little finger, and up and down the back arm line. Move along the forearm and a nice deep pressure there. So getting back to the nitric oxide. Nitric oxide transports hemoglobin in the blood, and it's also known as endothelial relaxing factor. So EDRF, because of the focus on getting us into the parasympathetic breathing state. And that is also when we breathe diaphragmatically. Bring the ball onto the triceps, and here you can roll it if you want to, otherwise hold onto the ball and slide it up and down the triceps. When we breathe parasympathetically, we take ourselves into that rest and digest state, so that calm state, which is where we want to be most of the time. If we're in a sympathetic rather than a parasympathetic breathing state, we're in that flight or fight response. So we're using our upper respiratory muscles in the neck and the shoulders, and that's often why they carry a lot of tension. Let's bring the arm down, take the ball onto the trapezius and the levator scapular muscles around the neck and the shoulder. These are the secondary respiratory muscles that we use when we breathe in that flight or fight or sympathetic breathing state. Massage the ball around the neck. And move up the neck. When you're ready, take the ball onto the occiput ridge, so in just behind the ear towards the spine, and a nice release. You can move up and down the neck as well. Let's now take the ball into the armpit before we move on to the pectoral muscles. So again, soft the ball under the armpit, squeeze onto it. Let's start off with the shrug and the release, breathing out, and a nice deep breath in. Breathe out, and breathe in. Let's take the shoulder up and back, a nice big roll, up and back. Get the whole body involved. If you want to, just bend the knees, circle up and back. And from there, going back onto the hard ball, I want you to focus on the front arm line now. So bring the ball onto the thumb and onto the forearm from there. A nice deep pressure releasing that front arm line. Move up and over the biceps and just relax the arm at the side. Bring it onto the front of the chest, onto the pectoral muscles. From here, you're going to take that arm in line with the shoulder, bend the elbow, and I want you to pull the elbow back. So you're going to roll the ball over the pectoral muscles towards the sternum, and then you're going to release it. So here we're breathing out. As you pull back, a nice deep breath in. So you're creating that tensegrity, that two-directional pull. Breathe in and breathe out. Let's do it again. Nice deep breath in and breathe out. And again. And breathe out. To another two. And breathe out. And one more. Now moving up and down and from side to side across the sternum. If you want to use a softer ball, do that. It's quite a sensitive area, obviously a bony process, just like that occiput ridge at the back of the skull. But it's a nice release for that esophagus that sits behind here. Often when we're breathing in a flight or fight or that sympathetic breathing state, in my experience, I've seen and people often have indigestion or reflux. That's often when very stressed out and we constantly breathing in that, we constantly stressed out and breathing sympathetically. Often that affects the body. So we want to try and release it as much as possible. Let's take the ball onto the other thumb and roll up and down the thumb and up the forearm. Keep that breathing going, nice deep breath in and out through the nose. Move a little bit from side to side. You can roll side to side or just roll up and down. The other thing you can do is hold onto the ball and apply a nice deep pressure and just massage over those muscles on the biceps. When you're ready, bring the ball onto the shoulder, onto those pectoral muscles, elbow bent, breathe in, slide the ball or roll the ball to the sternum, and breathe out as you bring the elbow forward again. So a nice deep breath in, and breathe out. nice deep breath in and breathe out. Another 4 and breathe out, and 3 and breathe out, another 2 and breathe out, and the last one and breathe out. Good, just roll the shoulders up and back, get that movement into the neck. Taking the ball now, I want you, so we're talking about the diaphragm where we breathe diaphragmatically, that rest and digest or parasympathetic state. Take the ball just into the waist, above the hip bone, and I want you just to massage around. This is obviously the abdominal area, but it's also our main muscle of respiration, that diaphragm that sits in this area. And that psoas muscle that sits in the lower back. So the more we breathe into this area, so I want you to release under the rib cage. The more we breathe into this area, the more we're going to release the diaphragm, release all those organs that are attached to the diaphragm, the stomach, getting us into that rest and digest state. Massage in, move a little bit into the lower back. So just massage around this area. We're going to move on to the glutes just now. So just focus around the waist and a little bit down next to the spine. That psoas muscle sits around here. So let's move a little bit more onto the center, around the belly button and down. Any scarring, like a Caesar scar, appendix, this is a nice release for that scar tissue. So you're massaging. Let's move on to the other side of the waist and apply a nice deep pressure. You can move under the rib cage and right up. And let's move around the back into that lower back area. Here we have another bony process in line with the hip, the sacroiliac spine. So it's a nice release for that area. I want to move a little bit more inside that hip bone. Just a nice deep pressure. The diaphragm obviously sits within this area. A nice release there. Now we're going to focus on the feet. So I want you to take the ball and just roll from the big toe to the heel and move the ball into the arch of the foot. Roll to the lateral side, so the entire sole of the foot. Move around that arch, and just whatever feels right, wherever you need it the most. Move onto the heel if you want to, just rolling from side to side. Let's take the ball onto the other side. All the way to the lateral side of the foot. Bring the ball under the arch of the foot and circle in one direction. And then you're going to change direction. Good, a bit on the heel if you want to. And put the ball to the side. Let's have a quick drink of water. We're going to move on with the resistance band now. Okay. Taking the band now, I want you to step. I'm standing behind my mat, and we're going to bring the band. You can, if it's a long band like mine, just cross it over and take each end into the arms. and opening up the feet nice and wide. I want you to stick your tailbone out, and you're going to bounce the chest up and down. This is a wonderful stretch for those pectoral muscles in the chest. So if we're constantly in this rounded position, working at our desk or our computer, you're putting a lot of, overextending these back arm line muscles and shortening these front muscles, these pectoral muscles. So opening up will again just encourage us to get a nice stretch across the chest and focus on our posture. Let's go over to, I'm going to start off on the left side. If you want to mirror me, bring the band in the same arm as the front leg, and taking the bottom of the band in the other hand, I want you to lift and lower. Let's breathe into the lift, so keeping the legs, the knees straight, and really focus on using those glutes to stabilize you. Extend the arms away, and you're squeezing the shoulder blades together. We're going to do another 10 and 9 and 8, 7, 6, 5. Be careful that that back foot is not turned out. You want the feet parallel. 3 more, 2 more, and the last one. Good. Release the band, and we're going to bring the arms up again into the center. Feet are parallel to the center again, and we're going to bounce the chest up and down, getting that, coming back into that pectoral stretch across the chest. Not only there, but you should feel it up into the glutes, along the back legs, the back of the legs, those hamstrings, and a nice stretch into that lower back. Good. Let's come back up. We're going to do the same thing to the other side. So you're going to hold on to the band at the base, and you're stretching and lengthening out. Let's breathe in, lift off, rise off the back heel, and release, and lift and release. We're going to do another 10. Lift and release. Breathe in and out. 8 and 7 and 5. Keep going. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. So in between each of these exercises, we're going to come into the center and bounce into that stretch. Tucking around. From there, keep the band where it is. Now I want you to bring the back foot closer. You're going to bend both knees, and we're going to breathe in as you squeeze the shoulder blades together and pull the elbows back down, keeping the resistance in the band. So we're arching into this position. As you breathe out, I want you to drop your chin. We'll tuck from the tailbone. So initiate the movement from the tailbone and then bring the chin to the chest. You're going to breathe in, open up. Breathe out, tuck. We're going to breathe in, open up. Breathe out, tuck. And again, another 10. Breathe out. So nice and slowly, really focusing on breathing in and breathing out, so we can activate those core muscles, tucking and really contracting in those abdominal muscles, as well as squeezing the glutes. Remember, the glutes are part of your core. Breathe out. We're doing another 5. Breathe out. And 6. Breathe out. 7. 8. And 9. And the last one. And breathe out. Good. Facing the front, let's open up across the chest and bounce into that stretch. And the same thing to the other side. So bending, keeping the stance is quite narrow, so the back knee is bent and the heel stays down. Let's breathe in, arch. Breathe out, tuck. Nice deep breath in. and breathe out. Breathe in and out. Continue going for another 10. Four more. And 3. 2 more. And the last one. Back to the center, open up, bouncing that chest down. And release. Good. Going back to the first side, I want you to open up the spine slightly wider. Now open up your band, and any excess you can just wrap it around the hands or just into the fist. You're going to step into put your weight into the back leg and bring the band maybe just above the waist. We're going to tuck. As you tuck, if you can, I want you to balance and bring the front knee up towards the chest, and you're going to breathe in. So again, we bring that arch and the tuck, as well as the breathing into the movement. So we're going to breathe out, tuck. Breathe in, open up. Breathe out, tuck. Breathe in, open up. We're going for 10. Breathe in. 9. Breathe in. And 8. And 7. And 6. And 5. Breathe in. 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. And the last one. And bounce the knee up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Back to center. Band up above, shorten the resistance if you need to, and bounce the chest up and down. Good. Lengthen and stretch and open up. Good. We're coming back to the other side, and band just above the waist. Breathing in, balance into that back leg, and breathe out. Nice deep breath in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Here we go for 10. Breathe in. And 9. Breathe in. 8. Breathe in. 9. 7. 6. Breathe in. And 5. Breathe in. 4 more. Breathe in. 3 more. Breathe in. 2 more. Nice deep breath in. And the last one. We're going to hold it up and bounce the knee up for 10, 9. Breathe, but you're going to restrict the range of movement or the breath because the diaphragm is in that rounded position. 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Good. Back to center. Arms up again. Shorten resistance and bounce the chest up and down. We're going to do 1 more set on each side. We're now going to bring the band underneath the back foot. So keep the band in each hand and take the center of the band under the foot. Just make sure the heel is firmly planted on the band. Take the band around the back of the front, around the side of the front leg. And we're going to take the arms up in line with the shoulders. And I want you just to rise up and down a little bit, getting that movement into the legs as well. Nice deep breath in and out. Breathe in and out. And for 10. We're now going to progress to circling the arms up and back. 9. I might have added the extra one in there. 5. 4 more. And 3. Nice big movement in the shoulders. Squeezing the shoulder blades together at the back. 2 more. And the last one. Good. Back to center. Stretching across the chest again. Bouncing there. Good. And over to the other side. So band under the back foot. Step the other leg inside the band. And let's start in that extended position. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Now when you're ready, move into that circle with the arms. 2 and 3. Breathing in and out. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. One more stretch into the center. Nice deep breath in. Really open up across the chest and bounce the chest up and down. And release. Good. Coming onto the mat, maybe just have a quick drink of water. We're going to now release the glutes and a little bit of movement into the shoulders, just giving them a stretch. So, a hard or soft reflex ball. Try the harder one. If you need to move on to the softer one, do so. Let's bring it under one buttock and give it a nice massage, moving all the way around. Nice. This is the biggest muscle group in the body. Gluteus maximus, minimus, and medius. So a nice big area you need to release. Take the ball onto the lateral side a little bit. We'll do that in a minute as well, in a knee box position. Let's move it over to the other buttock. From there, I want you to take the ball now and you're going to lie onto your back. We're going to now position it next to the spine, around about the trapezius, so right at the top where the shoulder meets the neck. We're going to bring the hand onto the shoulder and you're going to breathe in and just give that area a nice release. Use the softer ball if you need to. Breathing in as you circle that arm up and around. Play around with the position of the ball if you're not feeling much. Draw a circle with that elbow. Let's take the ball underneath the occiput ridge. So I want you to take the ball and link the fingers. Bring the ball between the hands and underneath the occiput ridge. And you're just going to roll along, moving the ball from one side of the spine to the other, over the occiput ridge. So keep the ball in the palms, otherwise it's going to move off that occiput ridge. let's now take the ball underneath the other trapezius muscle, underneath the shoulder, those levator scapular muscles as well. Breathing in and breathe out. Move the ball around if you need to. Find that spot. Nice deep breath in and breathe out. Keep going and breathe out. Let's do another 4 and breathe out. 3 more and breathe out. 2 more and breathe out. Bring your hand onto the rib cage, and as you breathe in, feel the expansion. So you're pushing and breathing into the diaphragm, expanding over the rib cage. Let's move that ball off the shoulder blade, and we're going to keep the ball. Rock yourself into a seated position. We're now going to go into a knee box position. So we're going to release the glutes and that lateral side of the leg. So just around that iliotibial band, around this area. Focus on where you feel you need it the most. Okay. You can start moving up and down along that lateral side of the leg. Move to the knee, just give it a nice release. From side to side, moving circular motions. Work a little bit into the hip flexor on the front of the leg. And when you're ready, let's go over to the other side. So just a quick release around this area. We've done it quite a bit on the glutes, so maybe focus more on the lateral side of the leg, that TFL at the top and the iliotibial band along the lateral side of the leg. Let's move into the front of that hip. And release the ball. Let's take a quick drink of water. Let's work into the legs a little bit, getting a nice rotational stretch. Taking the band back underneath the foot. Make sure, open up the band and make sure that it's securely underneath that leg. So bring the same hand as the band onto the same hand as the foot onto the band, and we're going to rotate the leg. So you're going to twist it from side to side, and I want you to feel those lateral stretch and the inner thigh stretch. Nice amount of movement there. Twist from side to side. Now I want you to hold the rotation, open up the leg out to the side, and it's taken across the body. Now you can change arms. Use the other arm to help stabilize you as you bring the leg across the body. Let's open it out to the side and cross over and out to the side and cross over. Keep going. Four more. Ideally, as you open up, let's breathe in, cross it over, maybe out. Another 2, and breathe out.
bring the band back into the same hand as the leg, shorten the resistance, reach the opposite or the same arm as the extended leg next to the ear. We're now going to use this hand to pull ourselves up and into a rotation. So this elbow, the same arm as the leg, is going to twist into a nice spiral movement. We're going to breathe in, and you can drop the leg down as well. Breathe out, come into a rotation, and breathe in, drop down, and breathe out. We're going to keep going, and breathe out, and 7, and breathe out, and 6, and breathe out, and 5, and breathe out, 4 more, and breathe out, 3 more, let's breathe out, 2 more, and breathe out. Hold it in the lifted position and pulse into that rotation. Hand to foot, elbow into that rotation. Keep going for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Let's release it. Bring the band under the other foot and lower back down onto your mat, holding it with the same hand as the foot, and twist from side to side. Getting those stretches around the upper part of the leg, even the lower part of the leg into the calf as well. It's a great all-round stretch for the leg. And now let's open out to the side. Nice deep breath in. And as you breathe out, bring that band across and the leg across. Breathing in. Try to keep that supporting hip from lifting up, so push it down. If you need to, don't take that lifted leg as far out. And breathe out across the body. Let's do another 4. And breathe out. And 3. And breathing out. 2 more. Breathe out. For the last one. And breathe out. Let's come into that lifted position. Now you're going to reach the arm next to the ear. Shorten the resistance if you need to. We're going to breathe in here. And as you come up, you're going to rotate, reach the hand to the foot. Breathe in and drop down. Breathe out into that twist. Breathe in. Here we go for 10. And breathe in. And 9. And breathe in. And 8. And breathe in. And keep going. 7. And breathe in. And 6. And breathe in. And 5. And breathe in. 4 more. And breathe in. 3 more. And breathe in. 2 more. And breathe in. For the last one.
in the lifted position and pulse for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, keep going, 9 and 10. Lovely. From there, lower back down. Bringing the band underneath both feet. Again, just make sure it's securely under the feet. It's not going to snap off into your face. Open up the legs, cross the band in the center, and take the hands, or take the band into the hands. We're going to bring the elbows out in line with the shoulders, and as you pulse the legs out, you're going to do the same with the arms. So I want you to try feel the shoulder blades in the back, in the mat. So you're trying to pinch the mat between the shoulder blades as you bounce into that position. Breathe out for 4. Breathe in for 4. Breathe out for 4. Breathe in for 4. Last 2 sets. Breathe out for 4. Breathe in for 4. And last 1. Breathe in for 4. And out. Bend the knees. Rock yourself up into a seated position, keeping the heels on the mat, and lean back. And I want you to pulse. So here again, focus is on the shoulder blades, opening up across the chest and pulling the elbows back, thinking back arm line, thinking shoulder blades, pinching them together at the back. We're going to do another 8 and 7 and 6 and 5. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Just bring the band together, lean back a little bit more into it, and I want you to come into a little bit of a rotation, breathing in. As you breathe out, rotate to the other side. Breathe in again, and breathe out. Breathe in, and breathe out. Last 1, and breathe out. Lengthen the legs out, still keeping the band across in the center. Focusing now back line as well as arm lines, and you're pulsing. So you're sitting up and out of the hips, and you're lengthening the legs, you're pulling forward, stretching lower back, and pulling the shoulder blades together. So still focusing on the back arm line. Let's go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Release the band. We're now going to come forward onto the hands and knees. If you just have a quick drink of water. So we've released the glutes now. We're now going to focus on a little bit of movement into the glutes to strengthen the core. Coming onto your hands and knees, I want you to balance into your back knee. Rest the front foot in the arch of that back foot. Right up onto the fingertips, so nice. And putting all the weight into your legs, so you should feel the supporting glutes working, and you're going to bounce that knee up and down, that lifted knee, bounce it for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep the knee turned out. I want you to breathe in and arch, look up. Breathe out, tack. Breathe in, arch. Breathe out, tuck. Here we go for another 8. Breathe out, tuck. And 7. Breathe out, tuck. For 6. Breathe out, tuck. 5. Breathe out, tuck. 4 more. Breathe out, tuck. 3 more. Breathe out, tuck. 2 more. Breathe out, tuck. The last one. Breathe out, tuck. From here, staying on the same side, we're going to lift the leg. You're going to come up into a balance. You're going to step the lifted leg forward, and I want you to reach the arms up into a nice rotational move there. Good, so breathe in here. As you come off that foot, I want you to balance, and you're going to breathe in and open up. Breathe out. Step the foot forward. Nice deep breath in. And as you balance, breathe out. Then you're going to breathe in, open up, breathe out, and step. We're going to do another 8. Breathe out. A nice deep breath in. Breathe out. And breathing in. Breathe out. Nice deep breath in. 6 to go. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. 5 more. Breathing out. And balance. I'm sorry, breathe in there, breathe out now. And breathe in for 4. Breathe in. And breathe out. Nice deep breath in. Breathe out. 3 more. And breathe out. And 2 more. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Last one. And breathe out. Nice deep breath in. And you're going to come back into this position. Curl the toes under at the back. Up off the knee. Just reach the arms up next to the ears and bounce. For 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Last one. 10. Good. Release onto the knees. Quick drink of water, then we're going to finish off on the other side and go into a nice stretch and breathe and yawn. Okay. Balancing on the other knee. Let's start off in a nice rounded position, and you're going to bounce that knee in and out. Keep going for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Open up the knee. Let's breathe in and arch. Breathe out. Keep the knee out, tucked. Nice deep breath in. And breathe out. 8 to go. And breathe out. And 7. Breathing out. For 6. And breathe out. And 5. Breathing out. 4 more. Breathing out. 3 more. Breathing out. 2 more. You should really be feeling those glutes around now. And the last one, breathe out, tack. From there, let's open up, breathe in. As you breathe out, step forward, breathing in and reach. Breathe out and a nice deep breath in. Breathe out, tack. Bring the knee forward, breathing in, rotate. Good. Breathe out and a nice deep breath in. Breathe out, tack. And come into the rotation. Again, breathing out and breathe in. Breathe out, tack. Breathe in. We're going for another 7. Breathing out. A nice deep breath in. Breathe out, tack. Nice deep breath in. And this is 6. Breathe in. Breathe out, tack. For 5. Breathe out, tack. Nice deep breath in. Breathe out, tack. Nice deep breath in. Breathe out, tack. Breathe in for 3. Nice deep breath in. Breathe out, tack. Nice deep breath in. Another 2. Breathe out, tack. And breathe in. And breathe out, tack for the last one. Breathe out, tack. Nice deep breath in. Let's face forward. Curl the toes under at the back. And we're going to lift off that knee and pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Drop onto the knees. Let's lower down onto our backs in a supine position. Have a nice big yawn and stretch. Lengthen everything out. Bring the knees to the chest, cross the ankles, hold on to the feet. So try to take the arms to the outside of the knees. And I want you just to rock from side to side. Focus on that breathing. Let's lengthen the legs out. We're going to come onto our sides, and there's one more lateral stretch I'd like you to do after we've been working the glute medius. Bringing the band under the foot in the center, so the same elbow and leg. We're going to lift the leg and the arm up. As we stretch, I want you to lift up off that hip. Then you're going to drop down. Breathe in and breathe out. Good, nice deep breath in and breathe out. Keep going, 8 more. And breathe out. And 7. And breathe out. For 6. And breathe out. And 5. Breathing out. 4 more. And breathe out. 3 more. And breathe out. Another 2. And breathe out. For the last one, hold it in that stretch and release. Good. Taking it over to the other side. Band under the foot, onto that elbow and the knee, and let's stretch it out.
Lift up off the hip and release. Here we go for 10 and release, and 9 and release. Are you breathing into the extension? 7 to go, and release, and 6 and release, for 5 and release, 4 more and release, and 3 and release. Breathing in and release for the last one, and release. Good. Release the band again. Then come onto your hands and knees, hands under the shoulders. Breathe in, arch. Breathe out, tuck. Walk your hands ahead of you and just pull out from the shoulders. Walking the hands forward, a nice big stretch. Keep the hands where they are. Bring the chest between the hands and rest down onto the mat. One hand on top of the other, rest the forehead on the hands, and just wiggle the hips from side to side. Breathing in and out. Let's bring the hands back under the chest, tuck the chin, and come up onto hands and knees. Again, another deep breath in and breathe out. Hold the tuck position, push into your pyramid, and just bounce the chest towards the thighs. Relax the head and just let it move from side to side. As you're doing this, walk the hands to the feet and bounce from one side to the other side. Come back to the center, take a nice deep breath in, uncurl through the spine, and just circle the shoulders up and back. Just shake everything out. Have one last big stretch, lateral stretch to the side, and reach up and over to the other side. Yawn and stretch, and shake everything out again. Well done, and thank you for joining me.